Greetings, this is Freener Reinventura, and I welcome you to a recap of Foresight Dive, episode 18, Anxiety Game Gauntlet. First thing I should go over is that there is a new twist. Things. Due to a new format, they will not be rolling to see who is the new Tavern Keeper, but is determined beforehand, with Taliesin being the current one. I'm not sure what process they use to determine this. They do not say. Also, when they said the reason for the name Anxiety Game Gauntlet, because they're running an Anxiety Game Gauntlet, 3 games known to be kind of stressful to play, but the childhood games are more stressful to play, whatever, instead of just one. You will find a list of them in the description if you don't want to wait. Uh, uh, besides Tavern Keeper Taliesin, there is also Matt Mercer, Ashley Johnson, and Travis William. A quick overview. They go over a quick overview of some of the things they hope to get and do, including the lava bath that Ashton took. Where's Grog in this? Because they've already met several other members of Vox Machina. They've already met four of the seven survivings, and briefly saw one of the unsurvivings. So, where are the other 3, specifically Grog in this instance? Because they have his. They're there. And with that, they get into the read it for yourself because I'm a prude who doesn't use that word. They have a new tree, Ivantavir. There seems to be a theme of trees of power in this. Not that hasn't appeared multiple times in different mythologies and religions, but apparently, the tree that was once a druid whose name has been forgotten, though it is implied that part of Ivantavir, the lore, is part of its old name. Like there are elements in the name Ivantavir that reference its name. Oh. And also the name itself is the one no one remembers how to spell. It's the comma there, or the accent, whatever you call it. Yeah, this one, however, is more as it doesn't have some divine origin. This is specifically a tree that is a great power that still remains on Exandria. You know, other ones like the Sun Tree and such have divine origins, so this is one outside that realm. Next, the Shattered Teeth, and the further explorations into the Shattered Teeth. They all agree that at some point they want to go back there. Maybe like in the end of the game, maybe they have their characters go back and explore after all the uh, maybe after the main plot or like after campaign. Um, it has moving islands, all this weird stuff, and like very unique ecosystems. They also go into all the, as they say, eh, eh, pockets of pre-calamity lore. Like eh, they do mention how Exandria, as they've seen it in the campaign, is technically post-apocalyptic with the having thing with the calamity after. It's not something that recent years or where age past, and there's still have and there's still like wastelands and stuff for it. No, this is a post-apocalypse which is already has somewhat recovered from the apocalypse. I think this is a really exciting possibility for Matt because he spent all this time making all this lore and stuff. Uh, they did go talk about one specific post calamity thing, which is the origins of Whitestone as we know it. The area Whitestone now resides in was decimated during the final fight between the Chained Oblivion and again facing off against the Dawnfather and the Knowing Mistress. Yes. This is where he himself was banished from the material plane, but also where he uh, wounded Ione, a wound she still carries today. Sorry for my voice. And actually, they go into how talk about how the magical fallout of the uh, fallout from that battle is what gives the parchwood and the air its creepiness. It's sort the suntree itself was meant to filter out or be a shield against such fallout, but it only goes so far, and that's why that's why you still see these weird things happening in the parchwood. They talk about mhm. Let's see. Oh, they then go on to their. Hold on 1 second. Door's ajar. Let's see. Let's see. They talk about the pipe of remembrance or something. The pipe Ashen has when you blow it, the smoke comes and forms images of your like greatest success. And they talk. They're specific to also. They also mentioned how he has that tells them to specifically design action to befriend, as they say. What's it say? How they phrase it? Befriend everything that doesn't seem like it should be befriended, and piss off everything that seems like it should be taken care of. On the trees. Uh, it's interesting to see it try to use the pipe. I, oh yes, the big one, jumping into freaking lava. Both Ashton and then later when he wasn't coming out, Fern do this. And she did it. And the reason why Fern specifically did this was that Ashley said she panicked. Let's see. And and now we get to a.
Really well-oiled machine. Like that was. I don't remember the last time that we actually like worked with that much teamwork and strategy.
Yeah.
Like 3 campaigns through.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
what I mean.
nuts.
Like 8 years later, there's a little bit of teamwork.
Yes. Yes.
We're doing it, Peter.
She's starting to believe.
Yeah.
I love you so much.
Yes.
It was, I mean, it was like a really fun fight, and
It was a good fight.
yeah, I loved the. It felt like the perfect thing of like, of course I'm going to jump into this now. Like, what else am I going to do?
It's like the best fight. It's the best kind of like spicy food fight because it's an interesting room. There's a massive obstacle. There feels like there's a puzzle element. There's no clear exits, and a massive target is on the map that's overpowering us with allies. So you're trying to clock like the obstacle, how to get out, what is the puzzle or the solution that Matt's trying to make you think about, and then there is a massive character on the other side that's making your heart race like
Yes.
the whole time, and you can't.
Anyway. Mm-hmm. They do talk more about this, like what Matt's original idea was. Game plan was for facing the party. Like he was hoping that this would be enough of a challenge to that eventually they have to be forced to figure out a way to flee. But with that, because there's only a couple ways out there. Out there and air, mainly through the roof and teleportation, which right now, even on a good day, thing in this extended solstice is dangerous. Uh, yeah. And I think he said that Luna's goal there was to try to get maybe potentially get Fern to go with them for some reason. I guess I'm guessing it's her connection to the Fae. They can really go into that. Yes, and here's one who, if you don't know about the future episodes, a subject that get it becomes very interesting. Uh, who gets the spark? And I think we're starting to see the conversation which led to the decision, like there, and also
Argument.
Yeah.
And I'll jump on that.
Everybody else in the team is either distracted or damaged or both, and you are neither distracted nor damaged. So
Not at all.
you're
Just
horrifyingly
perfect.
probably the closest thing to a sane human being. Well, with you as a
Well,
close second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chet's pretty close.
I mean, it's disturbing actually that you are probably one of the sanest people on the
in the
team.
group.
Yes, something's got to ground us. And a hard basis of reality and well thought backstory.
I mean, Orem's pretty. He's pretty. Feels pretty solid.
He's
But could be.
What an
Peter.
aloof piece of shit.
He's
so
going through
much
some stuff.
grief.
yeah,
And
that's a grief ball.
Orem is Orem is so messed up right now, you
Oh, yeah,
guys.
no,
Please
like-
do not rely on Orem.
I know.
That baby boy.
Orem is good under pressure, but if you take that pressure away, there's just nothing but like there's like 75% Percy happening in there. It's so
Yes.
bad.
Oh yes.
And I don't mean don't rely on Orem. I
No.
mean just like he needs a hug.
No, he needs a
Please
hug.
give him a hug.
He needs a
He needs
therapist.
some-
He needs
yeah.
a
a hug and a
If only
therapist.
there was one in the group.
Oh, if
If only I had gone to the short therapist as well.
I love it. And if only that therapist wasn't a homicidal maniac.
oh boy.
It's a perfect pairing.
Oh,
It-
you all are a mess.
Yeah.
I love it.
I really
I love
love
it
it.
too. I love the combo of this group.
It's a series of unfortunate sidekicks plus Jean Grey. It's really great.
Yes. Yes.
Plus Jean Grey.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
This thing's
shit.
scrying?
It says
Which one's
scrying.
Jean?
What's up with scrying? How does
y'all
it work?
got
Scrying.
How does it work?
it work?
During Avantravir.
Who knows?
My
I don't know
my
how it
menu
works.
makes sense.
It
It
does.
does.
Yes. Yes.
You also don't have to look at it.
No.
We were just using
I
it as an
mean-
internal monologue.
One of my favorite moments is when you were like, "No, you don't have to roll for that."
You don't
And it was
roll
like,
for scry.
How? Like,
Oh,
An
yes.
internal monologue.
one of my favorite moments is when you were like, "No, you don't have to roll for that."
You don't
And it was
roll
like,
for scry.
how after all this time do we not?
It wasn't
nobody-
just that. If you've gone back and watched the clip, the best part is watching Matt for, I think, 6 minutes?
Yeah, it's a decent
Just
amount of time.
letting it happen. Letting the
Yes.
back and forth happen. Watching like the subtle facial expression, the eyebrows come up, they go down, disappointment starts to flood, then resignation,
He's thinking
then
about what to order
enjoyment.
for dinner when
Yeah.
he gets home.
Yeah.
And then at
Yep,
some point
yep.
he's like, there's a good clock on this. I'm not gonna stop it at all. And it's not until I think Sam goes like, what does she add? You don't roll for scry.
Nothing. You don't.
That was great. Like, and I will say this. I was wondering. Wait a second. When do you? Well, that was what the. That was one of. I'm sorry. That was probably one of the funniest moments. These veteran D&D players just go, oh wait, yeah, oh yeah. Oh, then they talk about more about Fern. Like one thing they describe her as is probably being the. Oh yes, they do talk about how how he started showing more interest. Like I forget which one it was. I think it was Towson who said they go with Scott. Like they were just background. Like sure they infiltrated and stuff, but also there were some big names there. Like they had Vox Machina. Oh, the legendary Vox Machina members. There was two members of the Mighty Nine who Nunes has actually interacted with, I think, and he was specifically and those two he specifically planned for. So all the time they thought the way got through. Nope, he did take some notice. And after beating his single macro, there's gonna be more notice on them. I will say that based on their current plans, like they are the ones that are going to go scouting the moon. One of the biggest points ahead is their anonymity. They're not as well. They're not nearly as well known as all these other big names they have facing, holding the lines. Like they are the unknown. Problem is, we have seen Lunas actually take interest in them. Like they've bested his simulacrum. They've got a powerful artifact. Also, oh, 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 one of them is the daughter of one of his chief lieutenants. So they're not nearly as inconspicuous as the greater powers of Xavier hope they are. So. Anyway, they do describe Fern as one of the most creative druids there, like in her uses of her powers. Certainly, her animal choices are because, as you said, she doesn't like going like these traditional like choices, like giant owl because of the or giant eagle because of the speed at which they fly, and stuff. No, she's going to choose an effing shoe bill. Now, I've said this before in my recaps. If you know anything about shoe bills, they can be a little more like I think they'll actively target youngs not just for eating, but to weed out company, and they can be a bit more brutal about it, as I remember from that documentary. She chooses because it's this goofy little thing, and I'm glad. Yeah, you don't know how fitting some of the fan art on it, still having her horns on it is. Alright. Then they go into actually, wait, hang on. Well, first off,
Character.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's interesting. These are all kind of like people who shouldn't be anywhere.
You're
yeah. Okay, real quick. They tell you um how what each generation of their campaign like each campaign party is like. Vox Machina, despite some of the Dark Republic, was the more classically heroic group. Well, Mighty Nine was borderline classic villain group. They're just hard stuff. There's but they just had a change of heart like halfway through the thing, and then trying to become more the hero. They uh they describe Bell's Hells as being a group of as a party of sidekicks. Like they all have connections to these bigger names and stuff, like and stuff. They're the like the other names. They're like the Justice League. These are the Teen Titans.
Right. It's like F.C.G. It's interesting. These are all kind of like people who shouldn't be
You're
anywhere.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's like after 2 campaigns, the NPCs went, I want to crack at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be the.
We
oh my
are
god.
Titans.
We are lower decks. This is fucking Exandria lower decks.
Still haven't watched it
Fucking
yet,
got
actually.
it.
I actually love
I'm
that
down with that.
analogy. That is
Me
great.
too. That is correct.
Oh, I was gonna go the Lieutenant Barkley, but that's way better.
No,
yeah,
that's-
no, it's
that's
I love
perfect.
that. That's perfect.
it's kind of the vibe.
Yeah. It's
No
the
more
vibe.
leveling. You'll have to stay like here because if
Yeah.
you go any higher, you'll start getting command positions.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
yes.
God. Yeah, we got to put a governor on that shit.
No more
limit
pips.
ourselves.
I think it's part of the fun of like Whitestone. Like previous campaigns, you'd be like at the table, but at the time, like Vox Machina was like stepping into like leadership roles as these things were happening, and then in campaign 2, the leadership was kind of the villain, you know, in a lot of ways, and removed, and you were kind of like working underneath society and in secret in a lot of ways. In this campaign, you're working with the same heroes at the table of leadership that were there from campaign 1, and so you're kind of like the B team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the B team, that's probably the most important thing because everyone else is so high profile and tied in with like the macro problems and tangles of Exandria that you have the best chance at really doing anything.
Mm-hmm. There's a brief discussion about the God help me, shady hole joke. And then for some reason they go into a talk about haunted houses. Yeah, specifically premium ones, which go the extra step, like. Yes, one thing they talk about, they said this is one thing they'll never send trash to. Like they've sent through like that it thing, it haunted house thing before, but this is like next level. This is stuff they would never send Travis to. Like where you kind of crawl in this, but then there's this balloon thing that kind of presses them down and it just traps you there. As like there's like scare things like action stuff, and then there's this more visceral thing like. You're trapped and you're being slightly like pinned down. Like oh shit! Like no wonder they get consent stuff. Hmm. Oh yeah, now I remember why they were talking about like how they went smoking and had those tight things, and it that's what brought that up. You know, like that whole like he takes these things from he's gone to these supreme things, and he'll use these sometimes these elements in campaign like to torment. And with that, we get to Tower of Inquiry. This is a fresh tower with Regal's destruction in the last one during the last episode at the very beginning of the episode. With the first one being describe your character's dream holiday. Chetney's would be an all-inclusive nudist colony resort. On the beach, as he said, I can't do the voice. Surrounded by redwoods in the moon. And then when the moonlight hits them and stuff, everyone dies. God, I hope Chinny actually wouldn't actually include that part as part of his wish list. And Fern was actually said that Fern probably would have also been News Colony, but she wouldn't. She doesn't want to. But since that's already taken, she wants to try something else. So Coachella stuff, then OG Woodstock. By the way, my knowledge about the various Woodstocks and stuff is so limited, so don't ask me. Since Matt plays every NPC, they specifically picked Captain Novus, the ghost captain. He said he'd probably just go to Down's closet, where it's warm. And Townsend's that Ashton's would probably be the equivalent of the Berlin art and nightclub scene. A little Brutus with the cigarette smoke and stuff. They said that probably the best place that you would go for that would be Rexentrum in Exandria. He did mention an interesting fact, like a lot of real life people, like punk lifers and stuff. Their dream thing is a B&B, a bed and breakfast. I That's actually curious. I mean, listening to. And then they go. Who pulled that one? Oh shoot! There was a time slip there.
What is it called when you go to the resort and it's all inclusive?
All-inclusive?
Yeah, but it's in a nudist colony, and it's on the beach, but it's surrounded by redwood trees. And every evening, I would chop one of those down and then start to turn it into the high piece of art it was always destined to be, surrounded by beautiful naked people, deep into the night, until the moon crested its full light into my eyes, and I change, and then everyone dies.
Wow.
I was imagining it slightly up north too, so it was not just a nudist, but like a nudist colony in the snow, and everyone was very cold, but that was just me.
I'd like to amend my answer.
That's my headcanon. I know.
And then we get Matt pulling number. Okay, Travis pulled that one, so looks like he answered for first, and that was number 9. And Matt pulled 21. Asking about improvisation tips. Don't just have something. They said improvise is like most people's ideas, so don't just have something. Especially since the big part of improvising is listen to what everyone else is. Like you just have this. It's funny you have this clever follow up, but sometimes something's experienced will go, especially with how well it plays with the others. And you don't go no and no, you don't go no, you go yes and or maybe but we could try, like don't just shoot down ideas. Maybe using the build upon. And with that, we get into the deep dive. The first one was Matt is what would Lunas have cast? His ninth level spell was counterspelled, thankfully. But they asked what would that spell have been, and it was going to be the ninth level spell Weird, and which summons like a either manifests like a illusion or a hang on, I'm just gonna bring up the spell real quick. Oh, is this not official? Okay. Well, there's only a handful of. Oh, it's one of those. Okay, it is illusion based. Basically, they hallucinate about what is the most frightening to them, their worst fear, and stuff. And you every time they make a wisdom check to try to spell it. Otherwise, basically they make a wisdom check and fail. They become frightened for the duration, and while they're frightened at the end of each turn, let's say a wisdom save or take 4d10 psychic damage. And though if they make it, the spell ends. And that could have crippled them. The most interesting thing is that he would have asked them what their worst fear is. Then we go to Ashley's thing. What does Fern think of all these connections she's making with various entities? They go over some granddaughter Hag has a pact with a champion of the Hells, boon of a ghost pirate. We still don't know what the boon does. We know that she lost some HP permanently, but and potentially it has got a primordial shard. And I'll let them explain because I have a time slot here.
I love my little cup too. So wonderful.
It's very pretty. Beautiful.
Ashley.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
what
here.
does Fern think about all these potential connections she has been making with various other entities? She's the granddaughter of a hag, has a connection to a champion of the Hells, a boon from a ghost pirate, and the potential of a primordial shard. Well, I think I'm just really in the mode of saying yes to everything.
Yeah.
Laugh,
it's
live,
called
love in
yes and.
Alexandria.
Yes.
The college years.
It's absolutely just literally saying yes to everything. It's the year of yesing, where I'm just like, sure,
You're the
let's
bull.
give it a try.
Yeah.
You're the bull.
I'm just waiting for like someone to show up and you have to do that. Baby, I've said a lot of things, and I'm sure I said them to
Sorry.
you.
Oh my god.
Can you hold
Yeah.
your hair back? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like it's interesting. If
Then they talk about how with all the connections she's making, and not only that, but Also, the second-hand connections, like she's connected to the members of Belle's house, of course, and therefore the big powers they're connected to, like Ashton is connected to Marisha. I mean, I screwed up that line. Orm is connected to Kiki. Mm-hmm. Laudna has her connection. Is a warlock of Delilah and stuff. She's basically can become after the kid has the potential to become the favor broker of Exandria. Yeah, the Fern, like if she survived, they say that if she survived Karen, she's one canonic lore character who knows everyone. That if she survives, that's absolutely what she's going to become. And they're talking about the new. They're talking about Travis's love of new maps and stuff. And what and why is this appealing? First, he likes the energy and details that go into it, like making it look realistic, like different textures, edge fray, stain burn, sometimes blood drizzle, like those extra details. Then he likes looking on. It, yeah, I remember. Wait, I think this is one of the ones that. Yeah, I was like remembering his like. Oh wait, this is one of the things I wanted to.
Sometimes they're like roughly made. The names change. The Aor map was really like the apex map for me because it had like the question marks, the things that you had to figure out and discover. The A and A2 was a part of the riddle with the Tomb Takers later, and it was like that was just where it gets juicy. So having it like in my hands, I feel like I'm trying to like where's Waldo, that motherfucker, and figure out like look for the tiniest upside down tree and be like, I found it, I flipped it over, I held it up to the light. I don't put anything past Matt. So like having a tactile thing that could be a clue, and especially when it's a small piece of a larger puzzle, that's the part that like I'll go home and I'll like look through the map and be like, it's this part of the shattered teeth because it looks like this. It matches up to this fan drawn part of it. I figured it out.
So is it the map or is it having something tactile?
About it, yeah.
It's a little bit of both. I mean, I do love being the Vanna White of the maps, and working it, but I also just feel like there's always an answer in there, and sometimes I don't know what the question is yet, and that's the best part.
Some point I want to like hold one over a candle and see if like a lemon juice.
Yeah, like in the Shattered Teeth one, it had the previous locations of the islands, depending on when the map was drawn, and then where they had moved to in different directions. So it's a chaotic movement from what it looks like, but also I know he's trying to tell us something.
I want to make an animated version of the map that just slowly, that's like a.
Yes, it just because you hide things in maps.
I do.
We've seen it.
Even back like way back when.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember there was
a map
old
that
home campaign. There was this whole like subterranean cave network that they were going through, and they were going through all these like weird twisting caves with like stalactites, and I'd drawn it out on the graph paper, and then it took a while for Taliesin to realize, oh, this is a body.
We're in a giant
a giant's corpse, and you could like see where the skull and they were like going through the
no.
interior of its skeleton.
Gotta get the fuck out of here.
Oh no!
Like
that was a fun night. That was a good game.
I want to go back to Aor so bad.
That was a long. Oh man, that was still fun.
I loved it there.
Should go visit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Did you hear that? He's provoking us.
Yes, he is provoking.
It's my job to provoke you.
I love it.
Shout out Devereux, by the way, does an amazing map.
Yes, Devereux.
Oh God. Oh, so good. There's a profound difference between how.
Ashton, Percy, how Asher interacts with Percy and how he interacts with Laura, despite them both being powerful individuals. So. He mentions how he always knew Asher and Percy don't get along too well, but it took him a while before he realized why they would not like each other, because they're so similar to one another. Their station of lives are different, but other than that, they have lots of family drama, ego, personal grievances, undealt emotional, and problems maintaining emotional issues. He thinks things are terrible and stuff. Alora seems to be one who gets a lot more down. Get uh, one who has earned more of it. She Alora seems the type to help gets as I say, shit done. Let's see. She does have a lot more interaction with the group and stuff, though. It's ironic is that because Percy, being a player character, wasn't the type who actually helped get shit done too, and we're just seeing more of his that. Uh, and then specifically, they said that this one then instead of picking, then they had Matt not pick one randomly, but specifically go for one. Like he had to dig through and look, which means he got a preview of all those future questions. But there was one specifically dealing with Allura that was perfect. It's like mentioning this is the third campaign that Allura showed up in to be an ally of the party. And once they bring her once more. Uh, uh, and then the question goes on to ask, "Do you still consider your avatar role?" And yes, and that is kind of the reason why she's sort of almost like not fully, but she's borderline self-insert character. Also, she's also was even going to the first campaign one of the more developed NPCs with her history with Kima and Thordak and stuff. Yeah. Unfortunately, I realized something during this. There's really one way, only one other additional way to besides get having beside in addition to just having predominantly being closer to oh uh, uh, closer to being released. There's one way to truly elevate the stakes. No, they have to lose Alora. I don't mean kill. I don't think Matt, the cast, or the fans would stand for losing her unless it just was coincidence. Like she's about, and the dice rolls actually it, it did her, and like if it actually happens like that, like it can't be a plan thing and stuff. Like she comes to help, but because of the actual bad dice rolls and stuff, she actually gets hit. That's the only way. But she could be captured. Like Lunas could take her on one and capture her. Like suddenly, this icon of 3 campaigns is now a prisoner. and stuff, and even in world and real, there'll be such a need to try to rescue her, and that could also be used as a way to divert the some primary threats' attention away from like say like they had to go on quest to go rescue her, but it's actually and that time which Ludinus really uses to escalate the plan like that. So speaking of which, good to actually segue. That is actually a good segue into this. Ashley, like Fern was being, they asked Ashley like Fern was being used as a hostage by Ludinus during the fight with the Simulacrum. How she feel like being in that position, and what was going through her mind? Of course, Ashley being Ashley is like it was a little hot. This is when she mentioned something that becomes important later in later episodes. Ashley doesn't know if Fern really wants the shard, the spark. Excuse me. It's not relevant to this particular question, but it's kind of to that. She wanted to kind of go with Ludinus to stop him from hurting anyone, but she was too scared to do so. Fern is legitimately scared of Ludinus, and I don't think she's actually used to being scared of something. But also kind of wants to know what's making him tick and stuff. It made me like change him. Like, also, this is not a character who I think. Uh, Honestly, either they kill Ludinus, or it's probably goes ends like Podolsky goes, okay, you did this, so I no longer need you. That's what I personally think. Either that are the two main options. Like he's either gonna die, get killed by Bell's Hells, or though knowing their luck, it may just be it'll probably be a guest character who somehow ends this. And this, like, right? Uh, then they asked Charles about where Grog is. Like, what he's one of the few characters of Lock Lock they haven't met who's still in the game. And what do you and if so, what do you think he's doing right now? His answer was, "Do I have this as a?" He lists possible things that have happened. He could be in jail for normal everyday shit. It like saying like, he's been bailed up 100 times. At this point, at one point, Vex and Percy just go, "I'm sorry, we can't do this anymore." Yeah. He could also be potentially hosting a tournament, like though 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 he probably may not actually know whether or not understand that you're not supposed to fight anyone if there. That's my personal thoughts out there. He's probably gone searching for love, but like Joey from Friends, he will never find it. And if not properly supervised, he could have been swayed by parties unknown for nefarious activities, and if all he knows could be on Rudis too, like that would be hilarious. Like if he's actually a member of the Ruby Vanguard, yeah, this goes on. There's what's blocking us. Not, it's trying to stop us, right? Oh, oh. I just love the idea. Like he's on public guard because he doesn't know what the hell's going on. I was like, oh, this sounds like fun. And so that would give him a big ally because once he realizes, wait, Wait, the rest of the gang is not? Oh, F. Oh, in that case, I would like to. You know the rest. Okay. And the next question was for Talzin. It's how Ashton feel like he's being noticed by fate this now. He doesn't feel like it's necessarily fate that's took notice, but more rather history. I've mentioned how, yeah, it's so he mentions like he's sort of become the my print Spanish trying to come to reclaim. There's a bit. I'm not sure what that was actually about. He goes. I think he basically ends with him saying, "Oh no, I have shit that matters now." And it's not about other people. It's about me and like I said, these are like I said before, these are essentially sidekicks to the great powers and stuff. And now it's like, oh wait, now where are the heroes? Oh boy. And then they talk about the war room scene, like how Matt handled it. Like obviously, there's gonna be a lot of big names there, which he would have to play, and they mainly be going around stuff, and how to balance. And it's basically the challenges of balancing that, so that the characters don't get too bored, like just watching Matt role play with himself. And it was a very nerve wracking experience. Like, he didn't want, as I said, he wanted to make sure the players were included. It doesn't want to be just the me show. Now, he could still do a me show pretty well, like a character playing off the characters with each other. And then they actually is they've already sort of answered this, but so how does Fern feel about possibly taking the charge? Does she want to wield power? How does she feel about her fire abilities coming up in this way? As she responded, it's complicated. Apparently, in the original Exandria Unlimited, actually forgot this, but she saw a version of herself that had gone down a very bad path, and she's not sure where on the timeline that Fern comes into play, and so she's a little reluctant on taking on new powers. She probably wants to put on the harness just to see what it does, and wants he, he, like she is one of the biggest, but like they all sort of have like a habit of pushing the buttons that Matt gives her, but she's the biggest one of all. Like just doing stuff just to see what would happen. But it doesn't. She said it doesn't feel like her. It doesn't feel like hers. And Towson mentions that they can have a private conversation about what they want to do in game about this, which I think we get knowing what we do about future episodes. I think we know how that ends up. Yeah, what? Not this second. Oh wait, hang on.
Yeah, it's complicated. The shard is complicated. Plus, it also doesn't feel like hers.
We'll have a private conversation about the shard at some point before
Okay.
the game. Yeah, I'd love
Okay.
to roll around a few ideas. But
You want to roll around with me?
well, I mean, that was also offered. So
Complicated.
Yeah.
Full steam ahead with being the button pusher because it's.
Oh
fun.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But,
This is like you
yeah,
need
it's
to.
complicated. The shard is complicated. Plus, it also doesn't feel like hers.
we'll have a private conversation about the shard at some point before
Okay.
the game. Yeah, I'd love
Okay.
to roll around a few ideas. But
You want to roll around with me?
well, I mean, that was also offered. So we'll get into that as well.
Let's roll around together and figure out what we're gonna
I had clever things to say, and then they died.
And then they died.
Those are my favorite interpersonal debates. Is the
We're just
let's-
rolling.
Let's just
Okay.
roll in the hay.
I love
Yep.
it.
Like,
From-
let's take it. We were
Jenny
all
has
thinking of
now
that.
received, Jenny's
Oh. Oh wait.
visions from the Matron of Ravens. Does this goddess?
Oh wait. Yeah.
Jenny has now received.
This was just like two different things, but then I realized what the difference was. Just making one clip.
Jenny has now received 2 visions from the Matron of Ravens. Does this goddess appeal to him in any way? Or does this feel more like a sign that his time is soon up? Especially with how close the long rest D100 rolls have been. Danny!
Daily.
Unbelievable!
I love
That
that
sounds
you.
like she's been paying attention to you, Chetney.
Listen, I said it when we were outside. I've done like test rolls of a D100.
I just love like in honestly thematically the you know if he does roll one, it's gonna be just right before the final fight. It's like, oh shit, oh shit, how we got into just this new character and with enough time and to get into the final fight and working with them like that. Like final score off against losing this stuff like night before. It's like and they'll be in the middle of nowhere, like maybe possibly like stuck on Rudis, no impossible way of getting reinforcements. And then he's got to be there. They'll be down one guy or scrambling to figure out some way of introducing a new character somehow. Because despite the circumstances they set up, like I swear, if they fail the campaign's primary objective because they're short one guy because he has votes, the fan base will never let Travis live this down. Like, especially since it's based on the Evangevir's vision of there. Like, if they lose this, Exandria the land was still there, but once the life on it is not going to exist. If they fail this campaign, they may have to Matt may have to make a new campaign setting, a new world for the. Well, instead, this is like one of the actually biggest problem things. Like, more than the other two campaigns, final things like with Vecna, who has become a god, and the Son Novum, who would have this. It feels like if they lose here, this one, they won't be going back to Exandria in future campaigns, unless they have like a. That's fair. He explains how he's done like 50 or 60 rolls and never gone to like got on the triple zeros, which is 100 of them. But he has explained. He and Matt have agreed that if he does get it, Chenny is dead. She doesn't. The matron really doesn't appeal to him in terms of a D. But it's the first time anything built on the realms has reached out. Like this is the first time a higher power has spoken to him specifically. But of course, there's also part of the ego part of him that says, uh, that she's of course she's being attracted to him. Whereas Travis is confidence and triple zeros will never happen. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. And then we get to the final deep dive question with 4000. What was it like for him to explore White Zone with as a different character? Like, it's all the characters, all the players specifically help design their background, their backstory locations thoroughly. Like, especially Townsend. Like, a lot of the stuff in Whitestone is of his own design. And, all that stuff. How's it fit to feel like Precious Children? He loves it so much. Gwen is his favorite because she's the biggest potential problem in the future of all of them. But he says she's going to be Percy one day, but better, but constantly both better and worse. Yeah. You know, uh, he's turned one of his kids into a nightmare. Danny wanted a Dorolo Kid one shot so bad. Also, Spooky ones, White Sun one shot so bad. I also have, for a long time, wanted a Dorolo Kid one shot. But that was my idea for a fan appreciation, where fans would design their own children of person that. Plus, maybe you throw in and maybe a child of Pike and Scanlan, and maybe even what you call Kadash and their I had even a lot of character designs myself, so it's kind of that's kind of a personal thing, like having it now, but having it also. Anyway, another Tower of Inquiry. One more Tower of Inquiry question. If you were an old wizard's familiar, what type of familiar would you be? Ashley would be like some sort of pooch, some dog. And then when they ask what type of breed, it goes classic golden retriever. Like, I can see that. Mm. Travis said he would try maybe pick like a ferret or an otter creature. They asked why. I was like, well, you kind of have to go small. I said, well, and yeah, they're traditionally small animals, but if you willing to go big and said, okay, then Kodiak bear. Towson would say armadillo, specifically because of their connection, because of how they appeared in the original Bela Lugosi Dracula movie. I do not remember. Well, Matt would want to be a duck-billed platypus, because they're amphibious and weird. Jenny would be some effed up bird who can only for a little bit, but can type with its beak. Like, so she'd want to be nerd bird. Then we go to break, but I have decided to start skipping. Like if it's just like a recapping an episode of certain. If I'm not doing it, like watching it live, like it's something I missed and had to watch there, and there's already stuff out. I'm just skipping over the breaks. If it's live and there's new rules and new ads and stuff coming out, then maybe I'll talk about that. But uh, also new policy. As they know during these games, they often talk about. One second. They go over more questions from the tankards while doing these. But because the cancels off, we can't go through all of them, and it's hard to write. So I'm just going to go through all the questions starting at the beginning, and then I'll go into clips of actual gameplay. There are a lot, because of course there it is anxiety games. Okay. No questions first. Travis, how did you enjoy be on the ghost ship? What was your favorite part? He loved it. Especially the part where people tried hooking up with the captain. For a second, he thought they'd be orchestrating a mutiny. They also asked what his feelings about Dress Char getting taken away. But he didn't really mind it. Chetty's only nefarious plans was maybe potentially murdering the Tempest, which came from Jetstar originally. So besides that, there was really no other things he might want to do with it specifically. Maybe that changed after I found out all the extra features, but you know. And then Matt, talk to us about Avantavir. What inspired the great tree of Apatri? What inspired Avantavir? And how does it relate to the matron of ravens? He was meant to be a great power in Exandria outside as the gods, as I mentioned before. Also, there's sort of an overlap with the matrons. It's sort of things where you can be respected and stuff, that they respect boundaries and stuff. But it could also be very frustrating. Like, for all right now, who knows? For all we know, they haven't given each other much thought. Good God. Uh, and then going back to Vontier, what would Fern feel about it, considering its own overlap with her grandmother, the Fate Stitcher? She has a lot of questions she would like to ask Vontier and wants to go back for them. And she wants to mess it all up if their fated path. However, she does know through Namor, who has similar the name or so. may you can benefit from, but also you don't want to make sure you aggravate too much the person who you don't want to aggravate the person with this power stuff. Like maybe not ask too many questions. Like Ashton seems to embrace their desert as a Hijari. What do you think of the cult after learning more about it, particularly from the Ashari and now of Launchevere? He apparently for them he feels like they're a little biased and ignoring most problematic issues, but he likes to open up and the mired and the fact that it's kind of something controversial, it's kind of appealing to him. There, and then okay, final question for that particular game. What do you think of Townsend? And this is Townsend and oh wait, sorry, one more. There's two more actually. Any link between Avantagre and Nature Ravens? They've gone over the story, definitely overlap and coming. The matron is sort of weaves the threat while the tree rides between them, and then of course you have Nanamori who likes bending them a little bit. Uh, and then for Travis and Townsend, what do you think of the vision you received from the matron? Meh. What is your goal with a vision like that in regards to the character and story of Townsend loves sort of getting shoved in a different direction by the and also he mentioned that Ashton's the one god he actually respects is the matron. She used to be a mortal who rised up and kind of shifted the power balance of power there. The other gods are still sort of uncomfortable with her. There and stuff. Uh, she has the different perspective, not being originally divine entity. And I appreciate the occasional opportunities when the players poke around in the realms of Goth. They do mention like the one deity who they certain never doesn't lie to them is the matron. Like the other gods, stuff they may push around stuff because they have their own agendas. The goddess of death is very clear where you all eventually end up. Sometimes it also Matt points out like with these visions, a lot of times God shows up with what they think they need to see. Sometimes it's just what reaching out or fate. Sometimes it's just to lure whoever is useful at the moment. The gods are doing it. As I said before, the matron being a mortal has a different perspective and is very clear where all mortals eventually end up. Like that was the last question for that game, and for the next one, uh, what did Chetney give? I see. Why did Chetney give away the ring he got from the is for the Boots of Speed. Are you afraid of Abria? Says Deanna's Wrath. He thought it'd be a good trade and keeps in mind. He also loves carrying. He loves Wrath. That was the only question of that game, and the next game had no questions because of the concentration needed. But they all kind of needed concentration. And now for the actual games. There'll of course be only clips. And there's a lot because as we said before, the first game is Don't Wake Liam. These are all basically kid games, but they've like you printed out like facial features of different to make it like Critical Role jokes. Like instead of Don't Wake Daddy, it's Don't Wake Liam with a cut off on Daddy looking of Liam's face on the head of the dad in the bed. 130, 48. See there, it's a mechanical thing. It will sometimes every time you push one, there's a chance that it'll pop up, and you gotta go back to the start.
Yellow.
All right.
That brings me to the bike.
You got a tricycle?
I do not. Oh goodness.
Oh, 4 times.
Nope. Nope.
They legit, it's because they're so tense, it's a legit jump scare for them.
All these years later, this thing
Oh, I didn't even notice that their own pictures are all there.
It makes a shitty noise.
Yeah.
Hey, it actually got us. That's fucked up.
all these years later, this thing is still a son of a bitch.
It makes a shitty noise. That
Yeah.
was way worse than I thought it was gonna be.
That scared me.
Oh fuck.
Man.
Y'all have now seen how I am with actual jump scares.
God, this is not cool.
Okay.
This is not cool.
Tight.
Hey,
That's
Ashley,
the end
how does
pose.
Fern feel about Yvonne Trevere since her own grandmother is known as the Fate Stitcher?
Of course, go with questions now.
Ooh, I think there were lots of questions that Fern would have asked Yvonne Trevere. And I think, yeah,
Yay!
I'll say it's a lot better when you don't know when you don't know that it's coming up. All the time, my clips in this for this game were it actually getting them.
Shit.
I very interesting.
With a parrot? Fuck!
How many
I'm
is
fine,
it?
I'm fine,
How many
it's
is it?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom!
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
That was 5.
I did 6! That was 6. I counted 6. I was counting 6.
I believe.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like it was for now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tallison.
Yeah.
Ash.
I did throw the ones out where it didn't pop up just to be a few things interesting.
Oh, that's
Okay,
red.
red.
That's red. I see red.
It's red.
Oh, you're gonna leave me.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't think I have a red. No, that's not the red that I have.
How many?
2.
God, this is really intense.
So it's
really
upsetting.
stressful.
Oh,
No,
I jump ahead, right?
No,
Yeah,
you
you
right
jump
behind
ahead
her.
to the person in front.
You,
So you
right
go
ahead.
Her. So
one.
you go there.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh, but sticks. Honestly,
Where's
Action
that?
Color could have gotten it better.
No, I don't want to go back.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Oh.
You guys gotta realize that some things.
It's horrible for us because we're kind of facing it.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me a second. If you're wondering this, it's just because I need to get more comfortable.
We're gonna get
I don't even remember which one. I'm not actually sure remembering which ones actually have jumps or not. Or it's just like someone.
We gotta stop.
Oh
No way!
So
Shit.
up front with the 6, and I do not have it. Oh God.
Let's go.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Go.
Awesome. Tiptoeing. Let's go, Jenkins.
This is really intense.
I know.
Come on, give me something I have.
Dark but true.
It's true.
Yellow.
Oh, you're getting close,
Oh,
man.
you got a
You're getting
boombox.
close. Boombox?
There's no way I don't. I don't have a boombox. There's
I
no
got-
way.
I got
This
your
is not
boombox.
happening. I'm
I
going
got
all the
your-
way back.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dang it!
It's so close. I need a star. I need a star.
This one did take the longest of all the
The
games.
occasional opportunities when the players poke around in the realm of god visions in the pantheon. Sometimes it depends on the god's
Yeah, I already went over these questions. So.
her way to their pantheon, and killed one of them to do so. So they have a lot of unique. 6. Do I have? Fuck. All right.
Who owns a
got it.
boombox anymore?
Oh, you are the
We will
closest.
be here forever.
We are being
God.
thwarted by Liam.
Oh my god.
Liam is not a very sound.
Apparently, Liam likes to take a lot of naps on, in between things, and they do try not to wake him, so that's why they picked this physical art. Mhm.
Oh man, with reckless abandon.
Yes.
Gotta get a running start.
Gosh. Also, I love that the
Oh.
guitar is what's in this house.
Clown.
Tar is really the problem.
I got no
Guitar, yeah.
clown. Clowny, clown.
Wow.
Whoa! That's mean. Green.
Right.
Oh, you're so close. Do you
I
have
don't
the
have.
pants?
No, I don't have
You
the
have the
pants.
pants?
I don't
No,
have the pants.
you're right
Four-
there.
four clicks.
Shit.
4 clicks.
I don't wanna. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh!
What is happening? I don't like it.
Is it broken?
Star.
So close. This has become a real problem.
Birdhouse.
Birdhouse.
Ah!
God! Damn it.
I'm so angry at Liam right now.
Yeah.
Such a
That face.
light
How can you do
sleeper.
that at that face?
Blue. God damn it.
And well, Ashley's right there, so no matter what she rolls, on this one she gets it. Unless she got a star, but she doesn't, so she won that one.
I just.
Barrett.
That is.
Star. Oh, I see red.
It's red.
I see red.
That means
red.
So close,
win.
but
Do I?
Congratulations.
Yay!
Congratulations.
You made it to the refrigerator without waking Daddy. Without making Liam. Art Daddy.
next one is particularly horrifying visually.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh yeah.
That's why he has a Liam mask
Yeah.
on.
Ah!
It's awful.
Yes, much better with.
I knew.
God,
All right.
that was
Wow.
good.
Off with you. Off.
Extra cards.
And the cards.
Like crazy today.
And more cards.
It always does that in the studio. I think it's the air conditioning. Whenever I'm
Yeah.
ready to shoot, maybe it's the anxiety and the nerves too. Whenever I shoot in here, my nose just starts running constantly.
Oh, next
I
up.
believe I'm like a coke.
We the reading.
Oh, yes.
If there's stuff on the thing for you. On the reading.
Oh, yes. Next up, we have Croco-Riegel Dentist.
What?
Croco-Riegel dentist.
I hate
Oh, that's
I
terrifying.
hate it. No.
Oh my god! Look at
Ah! That is nightmare fuel.
No.
Well, that is
Go
terrifying.
around in a circle.
Winner goes first.
Winner goes
Winner
first.
goes first. Pick a tooth.
Oh, the fact that they have his actual teeth down there, stuff over the they shard the
You press a tooth down, and if you're unlucky, this is who he is. Despite the fact that he's made of things that scare him,
Okay.
this is who he is.
I'm not worried. This
All right.
look, it's definitely this one's okay.
I'm scared.
Not that one.
You should be.
Not that one. No. I'm confident. Okay.
Few more round.
Wait. We just.
I want to see that guy.
I'm confident. Okay.
Few more round.
Wait. We just have to show what
Now
this
we
looks
have
like
the
when it's
full-
closed to the main camera.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's
Yes,
horrifying.
That's
That
awful.
is
Yep.
incredible.
All right, round two.
What
That's
what
good.
art?
Okay. It's you. You were up next.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, Travis.
Yes.
That doesn't count.
Yes.
It does.
Yes, it does.
No, I mean it counts, but one more
Yeah.
round because that
One
was
more
Yeah,
round.
that was too short. That was too short.
Hey, Chetney gave away Deanna's ring to Ashton for some new shoes. Are you afraid of Abria's wrath?
For some news.
Please?
Don't say it like that.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh my god.
Get it away
Okay.
from
All
me.
right. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Away.
That might be the best one.
Why
Yeah.
did you give
I
away the
love
ring
it.
for
One
shoes?
fresh-
Are you afraid of Abria and Deanna's wrath?
No. I thought it was a good trade. It keeps things lively.
This is probably the most. I think they described as probably the most terrifying thing to the cast.
Oh no.
I also love
I
incurring
just
wrath.
looked at the name of this next
And also
one.
those shoes.
What's
are
the
good.
next one?
This is the most anxiety-inducing one of all. I'm actually having a problem even saying the name.
Okay.
So last but not least, we have Marisha's calendar.
They try to follow her calendar because she's like the programming director, but
Remember this game?
Yes, I do
Oh.
too. This is awful.
We're gonna go around and see who can fit together Marisha.
I believe in you.
You got plenty of time.
Liar.
it's
Liar.
You're doing pretty good, man.
Thank you. Now you've said it. Now I'm fucked.
Oh my god.
The problem is there are pieces that look similar.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. That's I see the issue here. You're so close.
The death.
And you know it's
That's
coming
what gets you.
too.
It's the concentration
You got a
that
lot.
lures you into.
So is my score depending on how many?
Wait.
he got a 17.
Oh God.
The first 2 seconds are the best.
Yeah, you're like,
So do you use Apple Calendar or a Google Calendar?
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
My Google Calendar, my Apple Calendar is a little slow. It's not syncing.
No.
I should go to Google. Like Ed
Nice,
tells
Matt.
us to do.
This is actually good. I'm feeling a little wow.
Oh, it's the other way.
That
Look at the
is a
comments.
jerk. Holy shit! What is happening?
It's called watching a master at work.
How, like
He
what-
still has like
This is amazing.
There's the talent.
Yep. No, I'm.
Oh, it's gonna come down. It's gonna come to the wire.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh, it's coming down to the
Oh my
wire.
God, Matt.
Oh God.
Matt.
Won't you?
Give me a fucking break.
Whoa.
Matt.
For
Whoa.
real? Other way, other way.
Oh. If you see, like, once it gets to that thing, it just goes from there from there to
What happened?
and pops. So
Because
he
I got-
literally got like a second to spare. Full 25 points plus a second. I think they do in case of they get things. I think it determines like how much time they have left.
We'll check. Is it all the way
Yeah,
around?
I wound it all.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Stand by.
Okay.
Okay, this is actually
Fuck.
right off the bat. They dropped me F bombs. Oh boy.
You got this. You got this. You good. You good. You good. You got this. You're doing great.
Oh no.
Okay, how did you do that so fast?
He was such a monster.
Actually, it's weak to Google Calendar.
Clearly,
Not very effective.
clearly not something I'm good at. Okay, okay, okay.
You're good. You got time.
Yeah.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
Okay. We don't need to. So, get the fuck in there.
You got this.
You got it.
Shit, shit, shit.
This is
No, you
better
did.
than I'm gonna do. I
Momentum's
promise.
going.
No, it's
Momentum's
not.
going.
God damn it, I can't do this.
Oh.
What is this?
All right.
If you're wondering, 11.
Sure.
Okay,
Okay, and it's Travis's.
go.
Oh God, I hope that one
Last
goes.
kick.
Okay. And,
A little close to the edge there.
Nice.
Hold on, that one's hard.
Oh, where the fuck is it? It's not on the board. Okay. And oh, God, that's a weird ass shape. Who draws something like that? There. Okay.
It's called a rumble.
What? Where? Okay, you're here. And
Okay. Okay. You got this. You got this.
everything okay?
You're doing great, you're doing great.
Why did I get a chance to practice this earlier? Okay.
Hey, perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
This looks like a coffin, which will be me.
Look at that, you're- You're you almost got half the board. You almost got half the board.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Oh yeah, look at you go.
Look at you're
There
going.
you go. Don't fucking patronize me. Oh no.
You got
I know
this, you
I
got
should be
this, you got
going
this.
faster. But why don't you go in there? Go to your home.
There you go.
That's the one. That's the piece that
Yeah,
I got
the
fucked
fact
up
that-
before.
Yeah, the octagon and the
there's a few
hexagon.
octagons,
That
yes.
one wrecks you.
Yes.
You got this. Oh, you're.
It's just a reactions like, but he got an 18, which would put him in second place behind Matt, who got the perfect score. But then when they do retries,
Okay.
what? Okay.
Circle. Okay. 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 Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting somewhere. Where's the fucking moon? There you are. Okay. This is a star. That's a star. This is another one. Okay. There's the coffin. There's the fucking hexagons. Or the octagons. Doesn't matter what I call them. Still not going to get in the right spot. Okay. We're going to do a square.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Okay. 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 This is here. This is another thing.
That is another thing.
Okay. This is a little star situation. This is a fucking triangle.
Oh wow.
Okay.
All right.
This is gonna be this guy. This is gonna go right there. And this is another one of this situations. Okay. And then we got a little this guy. And then we're gonna do this guy. Oh no, I feel like it's getting so close.
You're good. You're good.
Just focus.
Oh, listen to the slide.
That gave her a 19, which puts her in second place now. And finally, one last round for
doing nothing because I can't think of any more questions. And also, this is very stressful.
It is very stressful.
Get everyone in there.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
I know there are more questions I
let's
can
do
ask if
this.
you can't think of anything.
Activate.
Oh, hey, Travis, what was it like doing the harness? You got to use the harness and suck in some magic spoon.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I did take it. I took in some hit points.
Yeah.
There is no spoon.
There's
It
no
was
spoon
it was
anymore.
good. I felt my
I'm just sucking at this suddenly.
iron content rise. That's a terrible joke. That's not even worthy of this shit.
Hey.
It was cool.
The-
It was
the
good.
website
I thought
lied
it
to
was
me.
Silverware first instead of something that could.
I mean, yeah, it was metal. You
my God,
sucked
what's
metal
wrong with
into
me?
your body. How does Chetney feel about that?
I don't want to answer any more questions.
Okay. Look away.
Oh no, I didn't even think about it. I betrayed myself. It's in my blood.
Nice, nice.
Oh shit!
Calm as a river.
What's not that left?
You got
River calm.
Nah.
Think about that later.
The River Wild, starring Meryl Streep.
It also runs through it.
Mm-hmm. Kevin
Oh.
Bacon. Great movie.
Fuck. Yeah, I am feeling it.
Really cute dog.
Yeah, but you have your actual hand on it, and it just
5, 6,
pops.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling
I think you actually did worse. So which means well, it does leave Matt in the lead, winning the game with 25 with Ashley after the first round. That's putting her last place. Covering her retry, putting her in second. I forgot the two. Yeah. No. Then they wrap up the show. They reintroduce Brewery, who's back with cybernetic enhancements. Like he looks very much like like a character from Nordverse. And there he is.
My head.
That's fair.
It's all up there.
It's your job to.
I guess.
Oh God!
Table, time to celebrate. It's the party. Right, there we go. Breaking the light, play to skate. You can't lose control. So let's just leave this world behind. Everybody. Oh yeah, I remember. One by one we roll the dice. Get to hear all the back with good times. No, hey, you have this much fun. Turn away.
That's the one that fucks you up.
Play one more. Gang goes there, and they troll us. Of course they do. Well, with that, all that's left is to introduce my homebrew of the recap. Montoya's Bare Fang. This is the alternative version to the Montoya's Cold Steel, which I introduced last episode of my recap. Same deal. It is based on Inigo Montoya's sword from The Princess Bride. Though there are some tweaks to it. There's a tweak. Instead of having potential to do extra ice damage a few times a day, and And also getting a +1 bonus per person this person killed that you were close to. This one is more based on his performance in his final duel against the six-fingered man, whose name escapes me right now. It's based on his actual fight in that, not just the prep. While you wield this sword, it gains a +1 bonus to attacks and damage rolls for every time the target of the attack has damaged you since the end of your last turn, with a maximum of 3, just like that. However, and for every creature who damages you on that, you gain time a creature damages you. Just till the end of the next turn. You also gain the same bonus to your AC against that creature's specific attacks. Then we get to this feature. Next feature is the same one which was on the Cold Steel. Once per day, you can concentrate on a living individual creature. Say, guide me, sword. And the point of the rapier will be drawn in the direction of that creature. I should say, I gotta go back and edit these because it's supposed to be for 1 minute. It does this for 1 minute per day. Once per day you do it, and it's for 1 minute. I didn't think I needed to explain this, but I guess I probably should. This feature, which is on both swords, both rapiers, is based on when he was looking for Wesley when he was in the dungeon. And he basically prayed his father to God. He said, "Father, there is one. For years I looked for. There's someone who could help end our suffering. Guide my sword." It's based on that scene. Rest of standard stuff. And with that, this recap comes to an end. I thank you for joining me. This is Freenair Redementia, and I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.